Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Tactics Ogre Reborn, and we're going to start by watching a little bit of a video that plays on the home screen when you wait there for a minute. I think that it's going to give us a little bit more of a history going into this game, and something that I didn't realize was waiting for us there, so let's just give it a second to do this, and then what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to go through some of the Warren Report stuff. So some of the things that the game hasn't told us outright in any of the tutorials. There's a lot of interesting information in the Warren Report in the extra section, but also we need to start reading some of the lore and history within the Warren Report, and there's actually a lot of really good reasons to do that, and I'll talk about it as we get to it and stuff, but let's just wait here for a second and get this cutscene.
The Valerian Isles, jewels of the Ibero Sea. Long a center of naval commerce, the people here have struggled throughout history for dominion over these shores. Finally, there rose a man to put an end to this conflict, Ogre Reborn. History would know him as the Dynast King. Ogre took the disparate races of men calling the islands home and united them as one. He encouraged marriage between clans, forging bonds to strengthen his newborn kingdom. For fully half a century, the Dynast King reigned, and Valeria knew prosperity. But the embers of discord smoldered. Upon the death of the king, Abuna Branton Morn incited the ruling Buckram to declare the independence of their royal city of Heim. Yet the schemings of the Abuna had only just begun. Backed by the Holy Lodician Empire to the north, Branton created the Buckram Valerian Kingdom, naming himself as regent. He would have seen his rule span the Isles were it not for Lancelot Tartaros, High Champion of the Dark Knights of Lodis.
Who was mistaken for our Lancelot.
Warned against such reckless expansion, and reluctantly, Branton reined in his troops.
Or vice
versa. This left
versa.
two clans to vie for supremacy in the south, the Galgastani and the Walister. 7 men in 10 were Galgastani, and on order of Hierophant Leandor Balbatos, the Galgastani declared blood war against the weaker Walister in a move to claim the south as their own. Valeria watched as the wholesale slaughter of the Walister race began. Duke Judah Ronway led the Walister in resistance. They were far outmatched. In the span of half a year, they had been brought to their knees. Balbatos proclaimed the kingdom of Galgastan, and with it an official end to the blood war. But these things would bring no end to Walister suffering. A piecemeal resistance continued, yet with their duke in chains, efforts flagged. The remaining Walister were confined to a small province allotted them by Balbatos and the Galgastani. There, the survivors resigned themselves to eke out such life as they could. Victory begets peace, and for once, the battlefields of Valeria stood silent. Yet none believed the calm would last.
Okay. We've got ourselves a little bit of a history, a lot of names, and a little bit more of a background into what the Walisters have been going through, which is our group. So, I thought that that might be kind of useful for, well, all of us, really.
Tactics.
Let's get into the game. Tactics Ogre. Okay. And now, let's go ahead and look at the Warren Report real quick. Titles command is now available. Music command is now available. But yeah, now we've moved a little bit forward in the story. We've got all the different events that we could go back and see, I think. Oh no, it gives you kind of an update. Okay, cool. So you can kind of like learn the story a little bit. Oh, you can play them. Look at that. Whoops. Cool. You just push A again and then you can play the scenes. Eventually we'll get, I can't remember what they call them in this game, but like certain key points that I believe that we'll be able to go back to as well. But, at any rate, talking people might be important. learn the latest happenings from across the Isles and beyond, and learn more about the people you've encountered. But let's go here to Play Guide Extras and look at some of these. I've already read through these, so hopefully I'll be able to give you kind of the quick down low instead of reading through all of these. But yeah, so let's just kind of go through 100 unit cap, so we do have a unit cap. Using shortcuts, we've already kind of been doing that, cycling through stats. Camera controls, we already know. HP bar overlay. Now that other HP overlay that we saw, the colored one, was about element affinities. So if we want to be able to quickly see element affinities, we can turn that on and the certain colors will tell us what affinity they are. So that's pretty cool. Facing and accuracy, something that we already knew. Basically, side attacks and back attacks are going to have better accuracy. Melee attacks and elevation, we can attack 2 up and 3 down with certain weapons. So they use swords and axes as a... Or wait, no. Weapons with the range of 1 can reach enemies of elevations up to 2 higher and 3 lower. Floating units can reach elevations 3 higher and lower. So with something that can reach a range of 2, like the spear, I wonder if that one, maybe you add another one to it? So maybe 3 high, 4 low? We'll have to check that. This one just talks about ranged attacks. Regular bows can arc, crossbows do a straight line, we know this. Finishing moves, you learn these as you level up your affinity with a certain weapon, and your weapon affinity also caps with your character level. Knockback, there's a chance of knockback on many of your hits, but also criticals have a higher chance of knockback. And something that might actually be useful is that shields have a higher chance of knockback. So we should probably be utilizing that more. So when we have somebody who's on an edge, like in that picture, we can have somebody with a shield kind of bash them and have a higher chance of knocking them down. Okay, weather effects. Each map will have a certain weather, and we're able to check that on the State of the Battlefield screen here, which will tell us the weather and the element affinity of the map. And the element affinity of the map, whatever the element is, in the example there that we see, we've got electricity is the element, and you can change the affinity of a map by just constantly using that type of magic while you're on the map. So if, let's say that we had a whole bunch of mages that use earth magic, right? If a bunch of them are using earth magic, you can basically build the affinity of the map towards earth, which will make your earth stuff more effective. So that's kind of cool. So we can actually build magic in certain directions for certain maps if we need to. Buried treasure, we can just end on certain tiles and sometimes you'll pick something up, so that's kind of cool. That was something that was also in Final Fantasy Tactics. We have a 999 item cap. If you go over that as you pick things up, then it will be auto-sold at a lower price. Recruiting enemy units has something to do with loyalty. So if you analyze them and look at their name, you'll be able to see what somebody's loyalty is like. And if their HP is lower, you have a better chance. Also, if you fail to recruit, it will become harder to recruit them afterwards. Their loyalty kind of like goes up towards their given faction. So basically you want your first try to be, well, successful. Loot found in battle. Green cards will be lost if you don't pick them up. Bags, if they're left on the battlefield, will be picked up. The only time you lose loot is if an enemy picks it up and then you end the battle after that. So, just so you know. Your allied units can desert you if they don't like the choices that you're making, so you can, you know, kind of try and keep an eye on their loyalty levels as well. Probably has to do with whether they're neutral, chaotic, or lawful, and the choices that you make based on that. That one's not important right now, but basically monsters you can use to kind of like jump across things. That hasn't come into play yet. We already know about stealing undead, there are destructible objects, the calendar here, and look at this. In this, it tells you where you are more likely to have rains. So water scale and shadow scale have the rains, and then there's the dry. So certain months in the calendar look like they'll, you know, be more likely to have, you know, inclement weather. This is charms, which we'll look at in a minute. Contingent color, what was this? Oh yeah, it just basically shows whether units are, you know, enemies or unaffiliated. So like some monster enemies will be unaffiliated, right? Okay. So that's some stuff there. We're going to read some Warren Report stuff in a minute. This is going to be an episode kind of all about sort of like exploring new things, understanding the mechanics, etc.
Good day.
Before we go in here, actually. So, notice, not enough to fully restock. When we go into party, these exclamation marks are showing us units that have something that can't be restocked right now. So, that's those men leaves. And blessing stones, it looks like. So, those are two things that we need quite a lot of anyway.
Good day.
Okay, blessing stones.
Well.
Cool. So now everything should be restocked properly. So just to show you, let's go to Cole here, and if I do minus and go over to his name, we'll be able to see what how he feels about us, and this is basically telling us if he's going to get close to desertion. This unit looks favorably on your decisions and shares an understanding with you. Then I've got some other units like Garland here. This unit backs your every decision. And then if we look at somebody like Canopus, this unit supports you in all things, a loyal ally to the end. So you're able to kind of like take a look at all of that stuff. We don't have anybody with finishing moves yet. And also, I tried to find out if I could check and see when and at what level certain classes learn certain skills, but I can't seem to find anywhere where that is listed. You can't really see it here. Let me just go to a regular unit just to show you this as well. You can't really see it here, right? So I don't know. I don't know how to see what skills can be learned. Maybe there isn't a way without using like a wiki or something, but that would be kind of nice. At the very least, they should at least give us a list of the things that we have learned, right? It's okay if they don't tell us what's in the future, because like, but I'd like to know when we've like capped out learning skills with a certain class, etc., etc. But I don't know if that's a thing. So somebody in the comments help me with that one, because I didn't see that in the Warren Report anywhere. And there's more that I can read in there, but just right now I don't know how to do that. Here are the charms. So we can change somebody's affinity. So basically it's Earth. Is that Earth right now? What is that green one? Yeah, that is Earth. Okay. So we could change it to air, we could change it to water or light. And we also have experience charms. Basically, I probably won't be using these until I get into a battle where I'm looking at the enemies and saying, hey, we should probably level up some characters. So I might just hold on to those until kind of like I feel like we need them in a battle. But yeah. Now, I kind of do want to change the classes of like some of my warriors. I feel like warrior is like a basic class. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it is like a full-on class, but we've got 3 people that are warriors: Vice, Denam, and Cole. So, maybe for the start here, we can change a couple of classes. So with you, I think I kind of want to make you a knight. And then Cole, I think I'm gonna try you in Berserker. And then maybe we'll leave Vice in it for a while to see if he learns anything extra. Maybe at some point I will switch Garland and Diana, make him a priest and her whatever the equivalent of a wizard is. I think it's like enchantress or something like that. But you should have access to some spells now, right? I need a way to see, like, even if I don't have them in my inventory, like, I think that this class can use healing and like Spirit Surge or something, but I need a way on this screen right here for it to show me which ones I could equip if I had them. But I don't think there's a way to do that. Okay, so we immediately have access to Phalanx and Rampart Aura. I think I'll do those four for now. Yeah, Phalanx is pretty good, man. Okay, now let's go in here, and let's see. On this screen we should be able to see what can be taught to my knights. So heal is one of them. So Denam can heal. And I believe there was another one. I thought there was another one. Okay, maybe it's just heal then. Ooh, I may have been looking at the Holy Knight, which is this one, or White Knight, that's what it's called. Yeah, White Knight can awaken, and I think could do like Instill Light or something like that. Oh, never mind. But they can awaken.
Come again.
So cool, we can do that. Pincer, resist petrify, and do you have access to anything new? You're going to be using axes, yep, you've got that. You're already using Pincer, so resist charm. Oh, we can do that. Okay, cool, good. Yeah, these are the things we need to learn. A melee attacker entirely unconcerned with their own safety, the Berserker boasts a strong attack but a weak defense. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on his defense. You know, we probably want to give somebody like Cole here maybe the defense items that you can use, but I could also buy you a Defender's Ring to kind of shore that up.
Take a look.
Okay,
Well.
that's all we'll spend for now. Now, Denam, what is your thing doing here? Defense, HP and luck, strength, vitality, resistance. Weight is 2. So each of these pieces of equipment has weight, which probably reduces our RT. Yeah, look at that. So if I take that off, RT up in the top right-hand corner does a -3. So yeah, that weight is basically adding to the RT. Makes sense. Alright, Albin, you get that strength ring. Okay, so let's try training, because we haven't done that yet either. What did that say? Win an enchantress? Win with an enchantress or wizard in the party. Cool. We can do that. Okay, I want to try out my berserker. Okay, we gave you a crossbow, which means that you wouldn't be able to arc your shots. We need straight lines. Do I actually want that? I think we should try it out. Let's try it out. Okay, I just want to look at levels. I think our cap is now 8. So since we don't lose units, I may also try to not use any items in this fight. Can I see that spell strike? What it does? Listen to this music. Gosh, these tracks are so good. Okay, so let's check this real quick. No element affinity yet. Okay, 53, 43, 43. Okay, so look, it does tell you which one is, greater in this case. So Earth beats Thunder, but it's still my highest attack. Is that what that's telling me? I don't know. Alright, everything's 100% though, right? Okay. Nice. There you go, Albin. Okay, you can get a straight shot through there. So Paralytic Wave is the only one that has the plus. Good to know. 60%. 60%. I'm gonna try Charm. Nice. Now, if we did a pincer attack, would Voltaire take damage from the spear? I don't think he has the pincer, because knights don't learn that, right? Warriors do? Yeah, you don't really have anything that's gonna help with auto. '89 with dead shot. How dare you? Whoops, should have read that a little bit closer, huh? It's on me. All right, Diana. Fix Carolyn's problem. Fix his mistake. Now he's air reverse. Sorry, Cole. Okay, can we... Yep, we can get that right through. Oh, wow, -4. So you must have, like, a great affinity to piercing damage, I'm guessing? So there is bludgeoning. So, whatever regular swords are, and then piercing damage. And different characters have different affinities towards those. Let's see, where can we see that again? I don't know. I know it's a thing. Maybe it's on their gear. Yeah, it's here, so... Let me just show you guys this. Crushing, not bludgeon. Slashing. And piercing. So right there, there's a 3 on piercing, and 3 on that. Didn't even know you'd be able to get up there. I think you will hit Cole if you attack from here. Let's see if that's true. No, you won't. Maybe if we were... Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now we good. Let's work on this tank in front of us. Okay, we're a little bit boxed in at the moment. Oh yeah, you don't have access to that skill anymore. Okay, well, it's worth a shot, I guess. Nice. So one of the things that I read sort of implied that walking through a card would be able to pick up the blue ones. One of the things I read in the Warren report sounded like that, but I'm pretty sure we've tried that and it didn't work. But let's see. No, you have to land on the actual tile. Okay. That's all I really wanted to check, because the wording was interesting. So we've been using a lot of air, so I'm assuming that if we were to check... No, the element hasn't changed, but the weather has. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like crossbows. They may have a little bit of extra damage, but not being able to arc them is a problem. You're not able to hurt these guys, are you? Something's going on there with your damage. Huh, that counted as a pincer somehow. Okay, good parry. If they have the higher ground, you have, it's easier for them to accomplish things like that, by the way. Yeah, you take that physical up. Still not enough to get that kill, huh? Oh, we can do it. Okay. I didn't know if we'd have the right arc there. I thought that elevation right in front of him might have blocked it. Okay, that's our first training battle. Probably won't be doing too many of those, but... Garland, Canopus, and Diana. We'll have to check those out. Okay, what's your new skill? Insight. Increases max MP by 10%? Cool. And then Canopus, you got max HP 10%. Okay. Now, let's go to the Warren Report, and let's read up on some rumors and stuff. So, if you remember, you could go to, like, the bar or whatever. I can't remember what they called it, the tavern. And you could talk about rumors there, and sometimes it would lead to things in the game. The same thing is true of talking in the Warren Report. So, reading some of these things could be very, very useful to us. So, we are going to be going through these every once in a while. Anniversary celebrations. On the 1st of Godscale, the Bakram Valerian Kingdom celebrated the 2nd anniversary of its founding. Festivities were held across Heim to mark the occasion. Regent Branton Morn announced plans to mend damage done to the Hanging Gardens in the war. The 5 perished during procession. A great tragedy has taken place during Bakram Valerian Kingdom Foundation Day celebrations. A procession of the Dark Knights Los Lorien has met ambush. No Dark Knights were harmed, but a number of onlookers were caught in the conflict. 5 were killed, and another 21 injured. It is not known who instigated the attack. Zenobia on the march? It has come to light that the knights seen recently in the vicinity of Goliath hail from the kingdom of New Zenobia to the east. Some fear they may be scouts for a coming invasion. Though they deny any such charge, they have taken up with a band of rebels, and a close eye will be kept on their conduct. Almoria Castle Falls. Almorica. Remnants of the Walister resistance have recaptured Almorica Castle from Galgastani forces. Duke Ranway was freed, and the Galgastani have been forced to withdraw from the region. Both camps will be watched with great interest. Almorica Castle was recently recaptured by resistance partisans who defeated the occupying Galgastani forces. None of the partisans were more than a score in years. Their leader, Pavel, is now celebrated as a hero by the Walister people. A hero is born. Resistance takes Crisaro. The town of Crisaro, near Almorica's border, is now under Walister resistance control. Before their coming, Crisaro had become a ghost town strewn with corpses, but residents are now beginning to return. Crisaro has long been a center of worship for followers of Vask, and it is but a matter of time before it returns to its former glory. Yeah, they might be returning in the wrong way right now. But hey, we took care of that. Necromancer's gone. Hopefully now they can rebuild properly. Bloody purges in Coratane. Opponents of the Galgastani regime in Coratane held a large rally upon hearing that Almorica Castle had fallen. Many had been secretly critical of Hierophant Balbatos. And now this discontent has come to the fore. The Hierophant is responding with force, slaying all those who speak out against him. Ooh, we might be heading there soon then. Looks like we've got allies over there. Procession attackers named. Partisans thought to be behind the attack of a procession in Heim on the 1st of Godscale have now been apprehended. They are believed to be members of the Liberation Front, a group of Bakram militants loyal to the late king, Dorgalua. We now await further announcements. Interesting, I wonder if we'll be able to maybe recruit some of them too. Consul, Abdelord missing. Nybeth Abdelord, a well-known practitioner of the art of necromancy, and the Galgastani consul to Almorica, has gone missing. He has not been heard from since the fall of Almorica Castle, and is likely a prisoner of the Walister resistance. There is grave fear for his safety. Okay. So there we go. Warren Report. And now let's look up some of these people. We may not read all of these right now, but let's get a little bit of an update on some of our main characters and whatnot. So, age 18, Denam Pavel. A Walister hailing from Goliath, his father, Pransit, was taken away by the Dark Knights when they attacked Goliath a year earlier. Denam rallied to the cause of the Walister resistance, harrying the enemies of his people, together with his sister Cachua and friend Vice. Aided by a band of Zenobians he met in Goliath, he freed Walister leader Duke Ronway from his imprisonment at Almorica Castle. He was then offered a place in the Walister resistance, becoming captain of the Order of Vernaculars. Now we are the hero of Goliath. Okay. So, let's read up the Holy Knight Lancelot, age 38, a Zenobian born in the city of Elna in Charlem, who formerly captained the Holy Knights of the Kingdom of New Zenobia. He was stripped of his status and banished by King Tristan for the misconduct of his knights. He joined the Walister resistance after aiding Denam and freeing Duke Ronway from his imprisonment at Almorica Castle. Okay. Yeah, let's read Warren and Canopus. 63. A Zenobian of unknown origin who once led the Mages Regiment of the Kingdom of New Zenobia. He is more of a prophet than a teller of fortunes. Like the Holy Knight, Lancelot, he was banished from Zenobia for misconduct. And Cannabis Wolf, a Zenobian from the city of Peshaval in Charlem, who once captained the Beast Legion of the Kingdom of New Zenobia. Like the Holy Knight Lancelot, he was banished from Zenobia for misconduct. He joined the Walister. Yeah, what is this misconduct? It's not going to be as bad as it makes it out to sound, right? He joined the Walister resistance after aiding Denam. Yep, he appears young in years as winged folk live to thrice the age of men, but he is in fact many years the Holy Knight Lancelot Sr. In spite of this, he acts every bit the youth he appears to be. So he's age 48, cool. He watches over Denam and his troops like a doting mother hen. Love that. Okay. The Regent Branton Morn, age 49. A Bakram who serves as regent to the Bakram Valerian Kingdom. Following the death of King Drugalua, he aspired to rule over all Valeria himself. Though once a mere Abuna in the order of Philaha, he rose to become an exarch and used his position in the church to intervene in the power struggle caused by the lack of a successor. He consolidated his political power by courting the favor of the noble and wealthy. Backed by the military might of Lotus to the north, he established the Bakram Valerian Kingdom and installed himself as regent. The kingdom is headed by the heir of House Eltinaha? I don't know how to say that, due to their blood ties with Queen Vernana, but it is Branton who rules. Hierophant Balbatos, leader of the Kingdom of Galgaston, so he's the one that's like our immediate threat, I feel like. He's the one who, like, really went after the Walister people, right? After war broke out, he established a realm ruled by the descendant of Count Orlando. Ooh, that name, that's a name that comes up again in Final Fantasy Tactics. A former lord of Cortane, he installed himself as regent under the pretense of guiding the young lord. He started the Blood War to suppress the Walister and take the southern half of Valeria for his own. God, Blood War. Gross. Okay. Where did I leave off? Within a few months, he crushed the Walister forces and captured their leader, Duke Ronway. Even fellow Gargastani voiced concern at his high-handed policies, but all were soon silenced. He is a ruthless and calculating man. Yeah, I'm scared of Balbatos, dude. He seems like a bad guy. Okay, and Judah or Yuda Ronway, the leader of the Walister resistance. After the onset of war, he led the beleaguered Walister people in their resistance of the Galgastani. They fought resolutely for many months before facing defeat. Unable to match the might of the opposing armies, the Duke was held prisoner in his own castle, but was later freed by a group of partisans. He then took the helm of the resistance once more. So interesting. There's a couple of games recently that definitely take a lot of inspiration from this game. Obviously, we've already talked about triangle strategy, but let's see, let's zoom out. Look at this map. Got an island over here. I don't know why, but this like suddenly reminds me, and it's not the same map, by the way, but I'm just gonna say this. Diofield Chronicle. Empire Kingdom here. The Allied, or whatever they called it, the Alliance Kingdom here. And then the island of Diofield. Sort of a similar setup, isn't it? I don't know what this island is, but I'm sure we'll find out later. Okay, but at any rate, we have done quite a bit today, and we are going to end here, and in the next episode we're going to continue with main story. So today was a lot about learning new things, so yeah, I just wanted to catch up on some of that stuff. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the next episode, we head back to Duke Ronway, here at Elmork Castle. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, 7th Son, Len, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, Molly, Chris Murphy, Kaberti, and Jordan and Emily Hill. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.